I've gotten a lot of comments and questions about my skincare because my skin has started to clear up. I've never had big problems except for when I used rosehip seed oil, because my skin absolutely hates that. But my main thing is, because a lot of people say, oh, you can't take care of your skin if you don't have a lot of money. That's not true. What has helped me clear up my skin is obviously serums and whatnot, and I have a bunch of products that I love from, for instance, The Ordinary. But my main thing is cleaning my skin. So double cleanse, and then I go in with a second cleanser, and I do the 60-second method, which is that I clean my skin for at least 60 seconds. And you know, a lot of the times you do like this, so you push the product to the center of your face, and I had a lot of problems right here and here. Now I started to like clean my skin here and here. And yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I slept with makeup on, and I'm gonna have to suffer from that today. Don't know how well you can see it because I have so bright lights, but I can see it. In today's video, I thought we would use some new makeup. So I have some products from grwm, and then I have my shadows from Glamshop. Now, these are super sparkly. They contain a lot of fallout, so I just kind of wanted to use them first before going in with like my face makeup. But I will just zoom you guys in, and let's lower the brightness. So they are very pretty. Yeah, they're just lovely. But these are shimmers, so we are going to go in with some mattes. And I think I'm gonna dip between a few palettes. So let me just start off taking my Soft Glam palette, and I'm just gonna take the shade Tempera to set under my eyes. Not under my eyes, under my brows. I always do this because I get my lashes up here if I don't, and then mascara can sometimes transfer. So I always set here just to make that not happen. I think I want to go in with pink shadows, so I think I'm going to use my Colourpop Sweet Talk and my Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. I think I'm only going to use one shade from this though, because one is very cool tone and this is a little bit more warm tone. So I'm going to start off with the shade Dream Maker, which is this one. I love and adore this shade. So I'm just gonna pop this in my crease, and then I'm going to start blending it upwards, but I'm putting it in my crease to begin with so that I can just put down a lot of color, and then we can go in and like blend it upwards. Now that I've done that, I'm just gonna take a little brush and kind of blend it out. You know what? I'm actually gonna take the shade Catch Me. This is the lightest shade in the palette, and I can actually not use it as a setting shade because it is too dark for me, but I can use it as a transition shade. So it works really well just blending out the shadows right here. So let's take my Natasha palette. This is the Mini Love, and I'm going to take this purple, or should we wait and take something else? I don't know. Okay, let's wait and we can do a wing with that. So let's just take a little, let's take a little bit of this and just pack it on. The reason I slept with my makeup on was because I had been drinking. So that's the only time I sleep with my makeup on. If I have been drinking, you know, all common sense go out the window, and there is no possible way I am going to remove my makeup. So I always wake up with like eyeshadow all over the place and like mascara, and it's so yucky. I absolutely hate it, but there is no better feeling than waking up and just removing that mascara, because you guys know I use a lot of mascara, so it can get crusty. But I always get this little situation, which isn't a fun time. I'm gonna take this brush and just start blending it out. So this isn't gonna be anything like super special. I just want the Glamshop shadows to stand out, and I don't want anything special. I really want to use the green one, but since I've done a lot of like green looks, I thought that it would be nice to do something differently, just to kind of keep things interesting. Now I'm going in with the Mini Love, and I'm gonna go in with the middle shade. You know what? When I use this, I'm like, okay, did I hit pan? I've just started using it, but the pan sizes are so small that it feels like you should be able to like hit pan within just looking at it or just swatching it. I'm just gonna create a wing with this one. They're honestly teeny tiny. I thought that I really enjoyed the looks that I got from it. So, but I haven't been crazy with the shimmers, because this shimmer is really, really nice. This one is not as intense as I would like it to be. So it is, but it depends on what kind of taste you have. Makeup is subjective. Makeup is subjective, as we all know. So it kind of depends on what you like, and if that is something that you would love, then by all means. I always do this. Like, one wing is way too high and one wing is much lower than the other. Okay, I'm gonna blend them out later on, not right now. Let's go in with the Glamshop shades. I was actually thinking of using, this light. I was actually thinking of using this pink one, but I think I'm gonna use this instead, because I think that this will look so cute with the peachy shades that we used. So this one is called Turbo Wata Kurowa, and I'm gonna apply it with my finger, so I just picked some up. I think I'm actually gonna do it like this. This is what I usually do with my NARS pigment in the shade Stricken. Is it called Stricken? Shockem, which I love. And then I'm just gonna pat it on. Oh, wow. I'm gonna lower the brightness so you can see just a little bit. I'm just gonna apply it to my other eye as well. This is maybe very, very dark, but here you can kind of see the shift. So it is beautiful, and it is like pink and orange, and it just has the most beautiful shift. A headband can ruin everything. Like, I just look like an egghead. I have an egghead, I know, I am aware, okay? You don't need to tell me, thank you. Talking about that, like, people can go hard at you. I remember, you know, a guru, gossip guru, whatever it's called, M Lip Rehab. I bought this myself, I love it. People usually ask me what I have on my lips when I'm wearing this. I'm like, I'm wearing Botox, bitch. Or filler. No, okay, to be fair, they kind of complained and hated on a girl for having an egghead on Guru Gossip. And I was like, what? Complain about something that she has done. Don't complain about anything she can't control. What is she supposed to do about it? Also, eggheads are beautiful. If you have an egghead, wear it and be proud, bitch. I'm gonna take my, okay, so, wait. I got a PR package from grwm. I got to pick out the products myself. So for instance, like the foundation shade, the blush shade. So I'm gonna get into that later on. But I got this Glow From Within with Fresh Face Illuminating Primer. They have warm and cool toned ones. I think the cool tone one was very, very icy and pink. So I actually went in with a warm one, even though I have like a cool tone complexion. And it comes out, I'm just gonna show you, it comes out white. It's very affordable. You know how grwm is. No, I wasn't supposed to go in with this now. Let me just put this on my forehead because I need to go in with my Dr. Jart product first. I'm so sorry. Dr. Jart Cicapair. Going in with a big blob today because Lord knows I need it. Okay, let's continue with this one. So I would say that I feel like this isn't the glowiest primer, if I'm gonna be totally honest. I think it gives a subtle glow. So for instance, if you wanted a primer that gave you a little bit of glow to like have only on your skin, and then you can go out, you don't have to put anything on top of it, and you won't look like a tin man going out. This could be for you. Oh my god, it's so hard to talk. And I get it, because this came out, I'm gonna take a little bit more, but this came out with the foundation that is sort of like a tinted cover, and it can't be like a tin man situation because they are wanting you to pair it with their new foundation that is like a tinted moisturizer. It has a little bit more coverage than that, but we'll get into it. So it's like, it wouldn't look good if you applied a tinted cover over, or a tinted moisturizer over, you know, the Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops. That would look insane. I don't know how well you can see on my skin, but it doesn't do a whole lot, but it does a little bit. You know, I can see it, I feel like my skin looks beautiful and fresh, but that's about it. I like it, I would use it. I feel like it blurs out just a little bit on my pore situation right here, but I am not the kind of person that uses pore blurring things because I feel like I don't really need it. So if you are that kind of person, don't listen to my little spiel right here. So let's go in with this one. I will warn you that this is too dark for me, like everything. Oh, I see as well that the tube is made from 30% recycled plastic, which is pretty neat. This lightweight formula blends seamlessly into the skin to leave the ultimate healthy glow, infused with skin goodness including aronia berry to protect, vitamin C to brighten, and hyaluronic acid to plump and moisture. Get ready for flawless skin with this radiant foundation. And I have the shade 4. As you can see, it might be a little bit too dark actually. You know, it's hard to find swatches and all of that, but I'm just taking some blobs. I have worked this in with my hands previously, but I'm going to try it with a brush actually. And I'm gonna use this one. This is from Hiccup. I really enjoy this one. This is a round kabuki, and I just feel like this definitely like streaky marks. It just, yeah, I just enjoy it. I feel like this foundation as well is going to like oxidize a tiny bit. Going in with a little bit more. I think I need to wet my sponge. So I would say I don't hate it with a brush, but I think I prefer it with my hands. Or do I? It actually looks very nice. As you can see right here, I had a red spot right here, and it's still peeking through. You can see some redness around here. You can still see my skin. Here is the forehead situation. So I just went away to get some more coffee and to wet my beauty blender. I cleaned, you know, I said I was hungover yesterday at night, not at night, but no, at like 8 p.m. I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna clean my brushes. And I cleaned all my brushes. I haven't done that in such a long time. I don't even know why I go in with a sponge. I don't really feel like I need it, but I do feel like I need to cover up this little pimple right here. But you know what, I'm not going to. I'm gonna live on the edge. I was eating candy yesterday. I haven't eaten candy in maybe at least 2 months. I haven't eaten sugar in about 2 months. Well, I did eat sugar on my birthday. That was on March 11th. I ate some cake. But other than that, I try to avoid sugar because I feel like it kind of... I have a problem with sugar, okay? So I try to stay away from it because it's like when it's in my system, I just want more and more. As I said, we were a little bit hungover yesterday. So we were like, you know what? For once, we have been so good going to the gym, and I really feel like you should be able to reward yourself, but it depends on what kind of person you are, because I know that some people, if they have a serious problem, so they kind of need to cut out all candy. You know what I mean? Like forever, because they have an addiction to food. But I'm just talking from mine and Nicholas' perspective. And we were like, you know what, we're gonna treat ourselves. We are going to just eat a little bit. So before we went to bed last night, we put everything in the trash so that, you know, we can't eat it today. And today I just feel like I want more. I feel like it wasn't worth it. I feel like I just, you know, it kind of kicked in for me where I feel like I want more candy. I want to eat more, and I don't know how to deal with it. Like maybe I can never eat it, but I cannot accept that. I'm sorry. No, I cannot accept that. I'm not gonna take my Fenty powder today. Actually, I'm gonna take my MAC Studio Fix thingy, and I'm gonna take this brush. I'm just gonna chip. I don't know, I feel like it's hard to accept not being able to eat it. And okay, I do eat sugar. Like I know that when Nicholas cooks food, sometimes he maybe, you know, adds in a sauce or something in the pot. Or, you know, when I cook Thai food, I am usually the one that does that in this house. I add in like a pinch of sugar because it's supposed to take away like the bitterness or something. I don't know, whatever. So I'm not strict like that I don't eat sugar in any form. It's just like, you know, I don't eat plain white sugar like a candy bar or a cake or a cinnamon bun or whatever it might be. I try to really avoid that because once I start, I cannot stop. And I just, yeah, it's so triggering because triggering. Now I am saying that it's triggering while I hate people like being like, oh, I'm so triggered. But I really do hate when people are like, I am triggered, because people are triggered by everything. And anyway, that's not the point. We are going to go in with this shade right here, just under our eyes, really quick. I'm just gonna take a little brush and dabbly bibbity doo. The Glamshop shadows, let me just talk a little bit about those. I feel like they are beautiful. They are super sparkly. They are definitely worth the price. It took about maybe 2 weeks to get here, around that time. They weren't like super fast at shipping them out, but that was also because I ordered during Easter, so I know that there were a lot of red days, and it felt like it took like an eternity before they shipped it out. But I know that they probably had like time off and whatnot that probably came into place, so feel the need to say that, because that obviously could be why it took a little bit longer time for them to ship it out, and that's totally fine. I totally respect that. And then it took maybe around like 1.5 to 2 weeks before it actually came to my house. I think I'm gonna do mascara last. I feel like talking. I don't wanna stop recording. I'm gonna take this one, which is my Milk Makeup bronzer. Feels like nothing is happening with this one. So the thing that I noticed right off the bat is how beautiful they are, how intense they are, and all of that. But when I was starting to use some shades on my eyes, I was a little bit like, huh, okay, that's interesting, because they don't have that much of a base to them like some shades. And I'm talking about, for instance, like this one, this one. They don't have that much of a base to them, so they kind of just come off with sparkle. And that I actually didn't enjoy, because I felt like, you know, I bought them because I thought that the shades were so beautiful, but it feels like, you know, for instance, this one is like a cool toned, you know, the cool tone version to a champagne, but on my eyes it just looked like a glitter shade that was super duper light. That was the shade Decorative, and that was one of the shades that I was like most excited about, and I don't know why that is. So I think, you know, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the shades. I really enjoyed the shades, but that kind of disappointed me a little bit, because I felt like, yeah, it disappointed me a little bit in that shade especially. So I would definitely recommend you guys to check out Matte. I followed her for a very long time. She's so great. She's from Norway, I think. I will link her down below, because she has like multiple videos. I was so happy because she actually got the Glamshop shadows in PR, and she has done the most beautiful videos with those, where she swatches each and every one, shows close-ups and all of that. So definitely go ahead and check her out. I'm gonna take my Kaleidos Charisma Highlight Blush Bronzer, I mean. This is in the shade Light, and I'm just gonna do a little dibbly dabble. This is pretty cool tone, so just maybe going to focus it right here. I don't know if it went a little bit too low, but just like a little contour thing. I haven't contoured in what seems like an eternity. I don't know, do you contour? Because I feel like I definitely don't. Like, I maybe contour a little bit with my bronzer, but not more than that. But maybe that's like a trend that is dying. I don't know, I feel like a lot of the times when I see people that has contoured, it just looks messy. I think we a lot of the times go in a little bit too rough. I'm gonna take my Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette, and I'm just gonna take the cream highlight, and I love to just apply this with my fingers. Don't you worry, we're gonna take another Glamshop shadow to have in our inner corners, so no worries. And then we can take Kaleidos Ray Rider. Ooh, it went a little bit too dark in here. I love this brush. This is a blush brush, I think, from e.l.f. Such a beautiful highlighter brush. Definitely recommend it. I've had this for years though, so I don't know if it's discontinued. Last up is this one from grwm, and it's also in the Fresh Face collection. I picked out, this is a liquid blush by the way, but I picked out the shade Deep Rose because I felt like it was a shade that I don't really have in my collection. And when I do like this, it is pretty deep. I would say that it is like first day period blood.
What?
Here you can see, it's actually a very beautiful shade, but can you see that it is a little bit tricky to blend out? It clings a little bit, so I would say if you have a lot of like dry patches, maybe be a little bit careful with this one. When it comes to cream products, I am always very careful because I feel like you can go in with too much and it's hard to kind of blend it away and to make it look flawless. So every single time I go in with a cream blush, I'm just gonna show you. I take a brush like this. This is a old Morphe brush. Like you can see, the handle is destroyed. This is the Morphe M405, and I've had this for years. I love it. I don't like Morphe, but I love the brush. I picked out some product. I did like that. Can you see how much is coming off? We don't want that on our face, so all of that. Now I have a little bit on my brush, and let me gently just touch my skin and blend, blend, blend. So I am barely touching my skin. Now I can go in a little bit harder. And that is the shade we got. Now I'm dipping into this area. So I'm not going in where the big blob is because I don't need that. And I'm going straight in on my face. Now I'm dipping into that little pile. And I'm gonna start, oh, can you see? I got way too much. So I'm just doing like this. And then blending it out. I really think that this is a beautiful flush of color. I think that this would look gorgeous on deep skin, but also on fair skin. And I feel like it is a very unique color, and it is a very unique formula. What I will say is that since I said, you know, it kind of clings, I would say that I think that this will last a lot longer than the Flower Beauty one, for instance, because the Flower Beauty one is very sheer, it's very liquidy, not liquidy per se, but it is just a very sheer formula, and I feel like this will have a lot of a longer lasting time. Now let's go in with the inner corner highlight. I am going to take this shade right here, just looks pure white to you guys. It's called Poswiata. Poswiata. It has a beautiful pink shift to it. And zoom you guys in. Here you can kind of see the shift that it has in like the color and whatnot. I think it looks beautiful. I just went on camera to do my lips, get dressed and all of that jazz. I used my Dose of Color Bear With Me liquid lipstick. I know I've used this a lot, but I've taken out the stopper. I really want to use it up, and I am getting there for each day I'm using it. And then my Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Miso Pretty. I just love to put this in the center of almost any liquid lipstick or with any other lip color, because it's just... So that was my little video today. I wanted to just talk real quick about the products that I used today. The Glamshop shadows are incredible. However, they contain a lot of fallout. So if you don't like fallout, I wouldn't purchase them. I feel like that is my main issue with them, that they contain so much fallout. For me, it doesn't really matter too much, even though I would prefer that they didn't have any fallout, because then I kind of have to go in with like micellar water, and that just removes all of the skincare that I put time into putting on my skin. So obviously I don't like that. You could do the paper trick and just have some paper and then hope for the best that it doesn't come on your face. I don't regret purchasing the shades. I know this comes off a little bit negative, but I do think that they are absolutely stunning. I mean, you can just see the shift that it has on my eyes. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Then we have the grwm products. I do like them. I don't think that the primer might be necessary depending on what you're going for. I know that the primer wouldn't be something that I would repurchase, but the foundation is killing it. I think I'm gonna wear this so much this summer. I'm gonna wear it so much with some of my other foundations to kind of share them out. I know it's gonna be a perfect shade when I get a little bit more tan, and I just think that it's gonna be beautiful on my skin, if you're allowed to say that. The blush I think is beautiful. It's not probably something that I will use every single day because the shade is so unique, but I do want to get maybe another shade that is a little bit more my everyday kind of shade, but I'm trying not to purchase anything, so I'm not going to right now. But I think that that is all that I had to talk about today. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Don't forget that you can subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!